Welcome to Conversation with Haych. I have one of my favorite gospel artists, one of my favorite worship leaders. Over 5 million streams on Spotify alone.
Mad.
Did the research. HFP.
Sir.
Music artist. International tour in 2019. A music producer. Premier Gospel. African Gospel Music and Media. Gospel Touch Music Award winner.
Mad.
Mr. Samuel. How do you say your last name?
Wachuku.
Nwachuku.
Yeah, you.
I was close enough.
We can work on that one.
Okay, we'll work on that. Also known as Calledout Music. How you doing, bro?
Live, man.
Good. So, start off with a few questions. If for people who don't know who you are, who is Calledout Music?
Who is called out music?
And then who's Samuel?
Okay. Called out it's just, how do I put it? Because called out is not really a person.
Yeah.
It's a ministry. And I think that's where I try to make the distinction. It's like, this is not just me trying to mess about on a keyboard and make some sounds. This is actually a calling.
Yeah.
Where I'm just trying to get everyone to believe that they're called out for something greater than what they are in. This, regardless of what they've been through, there's this life that Jesus has given us, which takes us from where we feel we should be to where we've been placed. And so it's just that transition process from becoming like Christ. So Called Out is about that transition. So that's what the ministry is essentially about. And I always try to champion that. But the music now is like my tool to pass on that message. That message can be passed across through posts, through speaking, like a great opportunity like this, just to make people just drive home that point that there is more to life, and that is found in Jesus. So that's what Called Out is about.
Okay, so who's Samuel?
Samuel's just a guy, man. Like, bro, I'm just this don from Hampshire. Like, essentially, Samuel is actually probably very opposite to Called Out in terms of I'm actually very quiet. Like, when it comes to just me being in my space, I'm a homebody. So, bro.
I want to be at home all the time.
Bro, like, sometimes it's actually quite bad now. Like, when I know I've got a busy week coming, I'm actually just like thinking, all my days I'm going to be at home. Bro, it's like, it's mad. I don't know how people can do it. People actually get energy from being out of the house. And I get most of my energy from being in my own space. And just like having my things around me is like...
Preaching right now.
Bro. So like Samuel was just that guy, and I studied accounting. Like, bro, it's actually mad. That's
qualified accountant?
Oh my gosh. Bro, that's so crazy.
Carry on.
So like, I'm just the opposite
Okay.
of like, I'm an accountant. I went to school. I didn't really study music apart from like one side course in college. So all my life, I've been almost primed to do something else than Called Out. But I think the transition came when I was like, you know what? I've been called out for something, no pun intended. I've been called out for something greater than this. And that is Samuel. Samuel's just a quiet guy, you know, 4th out of 5 kids. So always grew up being on my own space. Just kind of going about life.
Favorite scripture?
I feel of all time or right now? Right now. Titus 2:11. For the grace of God has been given to all people. You know, by God's grace that we are saved. Because, shameless plug, I've got a brand new single.
I knew you were going to do that, you know. I knew it. I was just like, he's got grace come out as well. Okay, carry on.
Shameless plug, brand new single. Go cop that. But but that's what's keeping me going right now. I was even just talking to my friend just moments ago, talking about how that God's grace is really taking me through the transition of my life. You know, something I don't deserve. And I feel that's a key feature of Called Out. But favorite verse of all time, 1 Peter 2:9. You know, called out of darkness into light. Like, that's my ministry verse. Almost.
You're just linking everything right now,
bro. That's everything.
You're just linking.
Yeah, bro. Like, that's the reason I do Called Out, because of that verse.
What's the funniest time of ministry. So what I mean by that is, when have you been in a position where you've been like, oh, I wish this didn't happen right
In ministry, you mean like in called out?
now? In called out. So when you've been on the stage, mic's cut out, and you're just like,
Nah. I mean, I had one quite recently. So towards the end of 2019, we had a lot of quiet bookings to go to where I didn't really announce it much.
Okay.
And I went to a place. Sometimes you just have to go to certain places because you feel led to. But it wasn't really funny at the time because I was like, come on. But it's just little things like the mic kept falling off. Something I really personally don't like is when someone has to hold a mic for me, because I just believe like a mic stand is like, it should be like a given.
So you had
right?
like an armor bearer in terms of like holding the mic like
No. I mean like having to hold a mic because there is no mic stand.
Oh,
Yeah. So, and I'm a weird guy in terms of my mind thinks of funny situations and scenarios, and I can't really say it because I'm laughing in my head, not at the situation, but just at the context of, dude, someone is standing right next to you, looking at you dead in the eye, just holding the mic right there. And for me, it's just funny, but obviously in terms of ministry, it's fine. But stuff like that, and sometimes I'm on stage and I see someone doing a mad dance in a corner, and I literally just want to burst out laughing. But these are the thoughts that go through my head because I feel like I'm just such a weird guy. Yeah. But I mean, aside from that, it's just, yeah.
So how long have you been a Christian, and what happened that made you become a Christian as well?
You know, like the whole typical been a Christian my whole life kind of thing.
Sitting in the salvation, amen. Sitting in it.
Like my parents, like, my earliest memories of my parents are actually just being in church, praying for people.
Yeah.
My dad pastored at different churches, which was great seeing that happen. I always tell people as a joke, like I was in church every day of the week, like Mondays to Sundays and repeat.
Yeah.
But when I was 10, I remember I was sat in church. It's a wonderful lady just gave this, like the benediction in terms of, we're about to share the grace. And then she made an altar call.
Yeah.
She said, if you want to learn more about Jesus Christ, wait after the service. I was 10 years old. I think it was 25th September 2005, sorry. And then I waited. I was like 10. I was like, I want to know what this is about. This is exciting. And then as she was talking about Jesus, bear in mind, I'm like a 10-year-old kid and there's like adults next to me. And I started bawling. But I didn't know why I was crying at the time. But I just felt like this guy must have loved me so much for him to have done what he's done. Like whoever this Jesus guy, bear in mind, like I had heard Jesus all my life. But that moment I was like, man, this is actually quite serious. You mean he did all these things for me? And then so I gave my life to Christ. But then I just continued just growing up and learning about life. But when I was 20, just before I turned 21, I kind of rededicated my life again.
Okay.
And then I got baptized. So I got baptized in October 2015. And then April 2016 Calledout started, which I thought was kind of symbolic because before Jesus did his ministry, he got baptized first. So, and I always wondered why Calledout didn't start earlier. And I always asked myself questions like, why didn't I start in 2014, 2015? Maybe it's because I didn't have that understanding of the new life kind of thing. Dude, you're starting afresh. You're going to be baptized, and then from then on, you are a new person. Perhaps, you never know. So that's like my salvation story.
Okay. So did you always want to be like a worship leader?
No. I just wanted to make beats, bro. No joke. No, everyone who knows me knows that I get most pleasure from making music.
Because on your website, it says Calledout Music, the music producer.
Yeah.
That's where it starts.
Yeah,
it starts with that.
100%, bro.
So that's what you wanted to do.
That is, even right now, like, I'm not even lying to you. Right now, if you ask me, Samuel, what would you rather do if you gave me a choice of traveling the world, doing live administrations, or making music for the rest of your life and getting paid the same amount? I'm making music.
Really?
Dude, I just get gassed of creating sounds and just bringing things together. And that's why, like, I feel musically, I can never actually get bored.
Got ya.
Like, and the music will always transform, and it would always like have different edges to it.
You're always innovating.
It's all I want to do. At church, when I used to play keys, well, I still do, but in our church, I used to be the only instrumentalist.
Oh.
So there was no drummer, no bassist, no guitarist. So I used to program everything we'll do on a Sunday during the week. So I mean, like song by song.
How old were you when you did this?
I started when I was 13, and this carried on from like
programming at 13.
I used to have the Yamaha. All my music heads who know, there's like a Yamaha PSR keyboard.
Yes, you program it at 13.
Yeah. Bro, mad. And the thing is, how you program it is, it's not like these days where you can drag and drop.
Yeah.
You have to play the whole thing.
Yeah, from start to finish.
From start to finish.
There's no loop. There's no loop at all. Nah, at all. This is what I'm trying to say.
There is no loop. And you have to remember what you played the last time, because if you miss it, you have to go again. And I did that.
But you was 13?
And I was 13. I was 13.
You know, I was doing at 13. Let's play football with the rest of the man them on the streets of Hansa, Birmingham. I know. That's crazy.
And I think that for me, doing that every single week, like after every Sunday, you get a new set of like 6 songs we're doing next week. And I have to go and program a beat, program the bass line, program everything, because on Sunday it's just me.
Yeah.
But that helped me understand like this thing is quite deep. But I had joy in it, because like you said, all my boys were playing football. All my boys were doing other things. But the fact that I would look at all these other options and say, I would rather do music.
Yes.
For me, it was like, okay, the production part of music got me like that. And then later on, I got into songwriting. And then only in 2015, I started singing. So that is the crazy thing.
Start singing in 2015?
Because my manager asked me to. And that's the only reason I started singing. Otherwise, I probably would still be making... Because he just came up to me one day, he was like, dude, I think you've got a unique voice. I was like, yeah, but it's whatever in it. Because as a producer, I work with singers.
Yeah.
I know what a singer sounds like.
And you didn't think you sounded...
Because I don't have that...
Typical.
That's the word. I don't have that, so I was like, okay, I'm more than happy to just be a producer. But he was like, no, you should definitely sing that song. And if not for him, I wouldn't be singing right now. No lie.
That's crazy.
Bro, it's mad. It's mad. So I've only technically been singing for about 5 years, which is why if you hear the earlier Calledout tracks, the vocals, they're not like it is now, because I was just starting. Imagine releasing your first song just a year after you've started singing.
The vocals weren't warm. The vocals weren't warm.
Bro.
That's all it was. You didn't warm them up?
Nah.
Now in 2020.
It's a different ballgame.
It's a different...
Yeah.
You're pulling from all over.